What the hell did I just watch? Okay. Uh, First things first, Phoebe Rizzo, talking to the void. You know the drill. Okay, so today I watched House. Not the curmudgeonly Doctor House, the 1985 horror comedy House. And I can honestly say I was not prepared for what I was getting into this. I mean, I knew it was going to be weird, but wow. So, back when I was a much younger Phoebe Rizzo, somewhere, must have been pre-high school, so I'll say probably 13, 14, I did see House 2, The Second Story. And that movie, I don't remember too much because it's been a long time, but then a resurrection of a grandfather cowboy zombie from that movie, I remembered that, but it still didn't prepare me for whatever the hell this was. Well, House has enough ham and cheese to make several different sandwiches, but otherwise, the movie itself was entertaining. But for a multitude of reasons. Okay, so let's back up a sec and cover at least the general gist of the film. Roger Cobb is a once successful novelist, though he's in a bit of a slump. His kooky aunt passes away, hangs herself, and he inherits her house that his aunt always insisted was haunted. So he decides to move in. Oh, and by the way, he's estranged from his wife. Oh, and by the way, he's his son is missing, and he's trying to find his, I believe, 6 or 7 year old son who disappeared in that house an undetermined amount of time ago. Oh, and he's got very nosy neighbors that just won't leave him alone. Oh, yeah, and then the house is haunted too. It's kind of a clusterfuck of everything going on at once, but at the same time, it never seems to lose focus, mostly because it doesn't seem to really have any, but that's almost not to its detriment. It's a very surreal experience watching this movie. Now, what the house is haunted by, I have no idea. I mean, he refers to him as ghosts, but. The puppetry and creatures that are jumping out at this man are. There's almost no describing them. The first giant amalgam of corpses. There's a large, portly caricature of his wife with purple flesh that chases him around. There's flying gardening implements. Creatures that sort of resemble children, flying bat-wing things with skulls, and dead soldiers from the Vietnam War. I have no idea what I just saw. But it all happened at once, so it was out there. So House does some interesting things. There, it kind of leaves at first ambiguous if what he's seeing is real or not, but it does abandon that a bit too quickly to have a lasting impact. What could have had a decent oh my god moment is quickly just shuttered for a few more sight gags. This is a decently funny movie. The overacting and scenery chewing is done to a hilarious degree, so it's a fun movie, not a scary movie. It is a very imaginative, surreal film. Do you have thoughts on it? Anything to add? No? Well, thank you. Okay, so, House. It's definitely a cluster of 80s cheese and shenanigans, but at the same time, I can't help but have enjoyed the movie. I still couldn't really tell you exactly what happened in the movie, but things definitely did happen. It's one of those movies that's you almost have to see to really get the full effect. It's a haunted house film where they will throw everything and anything at you. So I do kind of recommend checking it out if you haven't already seen it. It is pretty well known at this point, but at the same time, I think it's kind of underrated. But that said, it isn't standoutish either, so I put it kind of middle of the road. Speaking of which, it's kind of dawned on me, or has been pointed out to me, that a more coherent rating system might be to my show's benefit. So no, you don't get to rate things, just me. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'll be kind of, for the past videos, I'm going to summarize them here quickly, but I'll be putting in the little descriptors for ones before this point. I'll throw the ratings down there, so just for a bit of coherence. So I'm going to be doing a scale of 1 to 5 stars, skulls, generic MacGuffins. Then 1 to 5 MacGuffins. So 5 would be a personal favorite. 4, above average, very good. 3, mediocre, middling, smack down the middle, not bad, not great. 2, lacking. And 1 is, oh dear. Now, that said, since this month I'm mostly going over movies I've been wanting to see, they probably will tend to be on the middle to higher end of the scale, if all goes well. So, everything this far we'll cover quickly, and then I'll slap House's rating on at the end. So, The Void, we'll give it a 3. Then, it had some very good things about it, but a bit of lack of coherence kind of held it back from being great. Same kind of goes for number 2, Grave Encounters, also a 3. Same basic reasonings there. Day 3 was Demonic Toys. We're going to go at the 2 there. I hoped for a lot more than that movie gave me, but it wasn't bad enough to go all the way down. Day 4, Life, another 3. Great effects, decent story and acting, but nothing setting it apart. 5 was Frankenstein, solid 4. I mean, it's not going to be in my personal favorites, but there's no denying its classic status. Number 6, Suspiria, also hits that same sweet spot of a 4. Very good, but not one I'm going to be watching repeatedly. Day of the Triffids, 3. Again, the effects and how dated it is kind of hold it back, but an interesting plot keeps it from dropping down to where most older, cheesy movies fall victim into. Hell House LLC was back on day 8, 4. Above average. That movie kind of caught me off guard. 9, Annabelle Comes Home, another solid 4. It's a really fun movie. It almost got to 5. It was close. Day 10 was The Nun, 3. Not bad enough to sink down to a 2, but it was kind of at the bottom of 3. Day 11 was The Grudge, top end of 3, but still a solid 3. It lacked that little push to get into the higher categories. Day 12 is Midsummer. That's going to be a solid 4. Not really towards the higher end or even the lower end. It was very artistic, very beautiful. What was it? Disgusting. But good overall movie. Doctor Sleep on day 13, 5. That was definitely getting a 5. Still the best movie of the month. House, 3. It's a funny movie, but weird, and you have to be in the right mood to watch this one to get the most effect out of it. The effects are good for the time, but today it looks like some stuff you'd see at a Spirit Halloween. And that said, the fact that they are literally throwing everything at you to see what sticks is entertaining, if nothing else. So, 3, mediocre, but slightly on the higher end of it. I do recommend at least seeing it once. Alright, so I'm going to be going with the rating system from this point forward, and hope to keep seeing you guys here. Catch you later.